Ladies and gentlemen, we are now joined by the winner of the Ford EcoBoost 400 and 2017 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series champion, Martin Truex Jr. Martin.
Jesus. What do you want me to do? I tried my hardest to get here. We kept going back and forth, back and forth. I grabbed a slice. You didn't see it? I was about to starve. I haven't eaten since noon.
Well, we'll keep you in one spot here for a few minutes. We got some more pizza over there too if you're still hungry.
Oh, I'm going to get some more. Don't worry.
Martin, that was especially the last 10, 15 laps there was probably as good a finish to a race as we've seen this year. Talk to us a little bit about that from your perspective.
Well, I don't think anybody was sitting down. Were they? I mean, it was pretty exciting, right? I was a little bit nervous. So all day long we didn't have the car where we needed it. To be honest with you, we were probably third best out of the four for the most part for a while, and just kept clawing and scratching, and I just kept trying to get everything I could out of it, and giving them the info, giving Cole and guys the info that I needed, that the adjustments I needed, what I needed the car to do different. We weren't making a lot of ground on it. I felt like we just missed it a little bit. But we stayed positive. We kept working. And Cole had some pit strategy, got us the lead, and then once he got me the lead, I was like, okay, it's all up to me now. It's there's no one in the world, that I want to let down less than them. Is, I was like, I gotta hold the lead no matter what happens. This is it. This is my opportunity. They gave me the lead, and I gotta find a way to get it done. So I found a way I just found a line that worked for my car with 20 laps to go that I couldn't find all day long. I'd searched for it all day, could never find it. And then with 20 to go, all of a sudden, it was like I found it. And not only did it help my car, but it hurt Kyle's car, the 18, which he got to second. And when he did, he was 3/4 tenths faster than I was before I found that line. And that was the difference. So just found it when I needed it. The time was right, and we made it happen.
Before we open it up to questions, Martin, a couple of quick facts I wanted to share. First, you are the first Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series champion from the state of New Jersey.
Jersey.
Of course, you posted 8 wins, 19 top fives, 26 top tens, and 3 poles this year. And you
eight wins. 8 wins. Who? Jesus, it's ridiculous.
You joined Bobby Labonte, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, and Brad Keselowski as only the 5th driver all time to boast both Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series championship and a NASCAR Xfinity Series championship. And in tonight's race, you led 78 laps.
Wow.
En route to the win.
It was meant to be, wasn't it?
Indeed.
Hallelujah.
We'll start right up front here with questions. We'll go first to Lee.
That's that. Are you serious? 78 laps?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You're not kidding?
No, sir.
Wow. Some things are just meant to be, I guess. That's all you can say. Last year it wasn't meant to be. We worked just as hard as we did this year. And this year, it all came together. It felt right. It was our time. And that's proof right there. So there is a higher power. My buddy Daryl Gwynn gave me a good luck charm yesterday. A lucky rabbit's foot that he had 2 amazing weeks in a row with, right? Indy and Pomona. National record, fast time, won the race, and then you went to England and got hurt right after that, and you didn't have it with you. Yeah. So he had a lucky rabbit's foot that sat in his trophy case for 27 years. And he gave it to me yesterday, and he said, if this works for you, you get to keep it. If it doesn't, I need it back from my trophy case. The son of a bitch worked. You ain't getting it back, sorry. So some things are meant to be, and there is something to said to be about something to be said about luck and fate and putting yourself in the right position and being a good person. And I believe that that's what we've seen here tonight.
We'll come right up front and start off with Lee.
LeeSpencerMotorsport.com. Your 2,253 laps led were more than Jimmy Johnson never won in Route 2
Damn right.
Championship. I thought you'd like that. You talk about the influence Cole Pearn has had. I mean, it's like that team was transformed when nothing against Todd, but
Sure.
Once you got together with Cole, that was almost like the catalyst that really set you guys in this direction. Absolutely.
Nothing against Todd at all. We love Todd. He works at JGR now. He's a big part of our team. He's always in the hauler. You know, he's very proud of our team because he was part of building it. And we're very thankful to Todd, and he still does a lot for us. So, yes, absolutely. You know, 2014 when we started out together, it was tough, and we struggled together. We couldn't find anything, and they'd come off their best year. All they changed was the driver until we found out that they changed the chassis. And I'm like, something's not right. It's doing this, it's doing that, and we couldn't find it. It was like shooting at a target that just was moving all over the place, you know. And we had no consistency. We had nothing. But I think the turning point, honestly, for our team was when we figured it out towards the end of 2014. We built another car, which was like the other guys were doing it at the time. And we came to Kansas and started running good, and stuff just started to make sense. It was back to normal. And Cole, I remember Cole specifically being like looking at me and having this look like, damn, I think this guy actually knows what he's talking about. That was it right there. That was like the switch that flipped. And me and him could see eye to eye. And he bought into what I was saying. I bought into what he was saying. And when they made him the crew chief in 2015, he went from being this guy behind the scenes that was really quiet to, this is my team, I'm going to run it the way I think I need to, and the rest is history. I mean, really, he is the number one reason, besides Barney, given him the things he needs to make our cars fast, that have transformed his team. And he said, this is how I want it to be, this is how I'm going to do it. He brought Jazzy in, who he'd worked with at RCR Engineering. They'd both worked with Harvick and been there for a while, but similar backgrounds for all of us, you know, racing growing up. Jazzy raced RC cars. Cole raced with his dad like I did. We're a bunch of misfits, but we get along, and we love racing, and we work hard, and we have a lot of confidence in each other and what they're doing, and we all do our own thing, and it works. So that was it right there. That's what made it all happen.
We're going to go over here to the right to Dan, then we'll come back over here to Mike.
Dan, thanks. Dan Gelston, the Associated Press. Martin, what did it mean to you to have to be able to celebrate this with Dale on his final day and to have him come, kind of crash the victory stage?
It was awesome.
Party with you.
It was so awesome because Dale gave me my opportunity to move to North Carolina to race cars for a living, and I wouldn't be here today without him. My path would for surely be different. I wouldn't have won 2 Xfinity championships right out of the gate. There's a lot of things that would be different if it wasn't for Dale. And just the friend he's been over the years, the mentor that he's been to me over the years, it's been amazing. He's such a great person, and he's changed a lot throughout the years, I will say, from when I met him to who he is now. But he's always changed for the better. And he's just been an amazing friend and always been there no matter what I needed. So today, we won the money. We won. Thanks, buddy. Cheers. Cheers to Canada. By far. But yeah, I mean, Dale's meant so much to me, and to see just how happy he was, genuinely happy tonight to come to Victory Lane, and I love him like a brother, and I'm so proud of his career, who he is, and the fact that this sport means so much to him that he's going to stay around next year and do TV. And you know, we had hours of sitting around at our hunting property together drinking beers a couple weeks ago, and he's so excited about that, and that made me feel so good for him that he was ready to move on and do something different. He was so passionate about it. He's like, I'm going to work as hard at this as I did at racing cars. You know, that's a big step. So I'm really proud of him, and it meant a ton that him and Amy came over and said congratulations, and just genuine happiness. And that's what friends are all about, true friends.
We're going to go to Bob, then Mike.
Bob Hawkers, ESPN. When in your career did you think that you could run those final 20 laps like you did today, or do you think it's just fate?
I don't know. I feel like I've run 20 laps before like that a lot in my career, but never with that on the line. And, you know, in 2015, I think I could have done it, but I don't know. Before 2014, I know I couldn't have. I would have been probably spun out a bit, nervous as all hell. But tonight I was like, okay, just got to find something. Just got to find a little bit. And then I found it, and it was like, okay, here we go. I got this. Just started clicking them off, and we got to about 5 to go, and I was like, this is working pretty good. Just don't screw up, dummy. You know, I don't know that before 2014 I could have done it, to be honest with you. I don't know. A lot has changed since 2014. And I love what I'm doing. I've got confidence in what I'm doing, and I know that if I screw up, tomorrow is going to come. No, hell no. Oh, that's more annoyed than spun out. Yeah, like figure out whose radio is making all kinds of crazy noises. It hurts my ears. It's very loud. I mean, you're going through the middle of the corner and you're sideways, and this radio is like, you know, you're like, what the hell? Seriously, technology. This is 2017. Fix your damn radios.
We're going to go right here to Mike.
Mike
You
Hember,
like that?
Mike Hember, USA Today. You talked about finding the line or the lines there at the end of the race, almost like surgically looking for something. But it looked like to me after the race you were either exhausted or overwhelmed by the emotion of it.
Definitely overwhelmed.
Yeah,
Definitely not exhausted at all.
Were you not running just very hard, sort of beyond the edge to stay in front of Kyle, because you know what Kyle can do?
I was running very hard. I was running over the edge, but I was nowhere near tired. Charlotte, I was tired. Kansas, no, not Kansas. I'm trying to think of the last really hot race we had. When I won Charlotte, I was whipped, like just from the humidity. Tonight, I wasn't tired at all. I was overcome. I took the checker flag, and I was just junk. Like, I couldn't talk. I couldn't think. I had no idea what to do. I was bawling like a little kid. It was insane, and I don't even know why. All the things I've been through flashed through my head. All the people that have got me here flashed through my head. there's so many things along the way that that led me down this path that got me here tonight. There's so many people that sacrificed things to get me here. And all those things flashed through my head. And it was just more than I can handle. But it felt pretty damn good. As bad as it hurt, it felt damn good, you know? Crazy.
We're going to go to the back to Kelly, then we'll come up front here to Kenny.
Kelly Crandall, Racer.com. Martin, two things. Going back to Dale, he had said that at one point during this weekend, you were talking to him about images that were popping up on the deer cam, and he started laughing and said, "What the hell, man? You're chasing a championship and you're thinking about deer." Were you that relaxed this weekend?
Yeah,
or
I was. I was totally relaxed. I was bored more than anything. Especially last night, you know? So it's like, we got done with practice, we got done with our meetings, and it's, 5 o'clock. Like, okay, watch the Xfinity race. All right, this is fun. Awesome race, on edge of your seat, excited about that championship race. You didn't think so? I was talking about the championship race. I mean, yeah, Junior Motorsports was going to win no matter what. Cole Custer was going to win no matter what. But the 1 and the 9 going at it with 20 to go, it's kind of like tonight, It was awesome, and I had fun with that. But then after that, I was like, okay, I'm bored, and I'm ready to go race. What am I going to do all night? So generally, when I'm at the track, I'm pretty bored. When I'm not in the car and we're not working and having meetings or doing something. So yeah, I like looking at my trail cameras and watching my deer walk around and stuff. If a big one pops up, I'm like, hey, Dale, when are you going to Ohio? So he said Friday. So I was telling him what stand to go to and all that stuff to pass the time. I was, honestly, when I got here this weekend, I did not feel any stress. I did not feel any pressure. I was ready to go race. Everybody wanted to say, oh, what's Truex going to do? He has no championships. Are they going to, what's the 78 going to do? Are they going to buckle under pressure? We've been here before. We've been here in 2015. We had a lot of stuff this year that could have derailed us, a lot of challenges off the track. Jim Watson passing away at the racetrack at Kansas during the weekend, all the things Sherry's went through, the team is part of that. They love her. She's part of our team. Cole's best friend dying, and we win Watkins Glen. I think we thrive under pressure. And all those crappy days we went through, we had to look at each other and hug each other and say, I got your back. You doing okay? What do you need? Do you need something? All those days that we had each other's back like that, when the pressure of the Ford Championship weekend came along, it was like, let's go show them who we are. Show them what we're all about. And we did it.
You had said earlier that at the white flag you knew it was over.
Over.
But when you when you come off 4 and Clayton starts screaming, to the effect of how about that, Martin Truex, you're the champion. What's the first thing?
I just started crying. I couldn't even talk. I had no idea what to do. Yeah, I literally held it together completely, 100%. I'm not even BSing you. White flag was like, I got this. They're done. Game over. And I nailed the last lap exactly the way I nailed the lap before that. And literally, as soon as I seen a checker flag and Clayton started yelling, I was done. Like, I couldn't think of anything. Complete junk. I don't know. Don't know how to explain it. Waterworks. It's crazy.
We'll go over here to the right to Caleb.
Caleb Whistler, KickingTheTires.net. Where does this moment rank in your racing career as being
Serious question?
Yes. Is it better than like an
Come on,
Xfinity?
man. Come on, man. ESPN, come on, man. Top of the top of the world. Yes, way better than this line. Top of the world, buddy.
All right. So in light of the adversity you faced this season, how does being able to cap it off lightly, winning the championship?
I mean, that's just part of our story along the way. You know, it's part of the things that we had to overcome. I don't know. I really can't answer that. It's who we are. It's how we got here. It's part of the story. I can't think of it any other way.
We're going to come right up front here to Kenny.
Kenny Bruce with NASCAR.com. Along the lines of not being concerned and looking at your trail cameras, did you think at all about, we've had such a fantastic season and we've overcome so much. What happens if we don't win? Were you prepared to deal with that, or was that just not a consideration?
It was never a thought. I was fully prepared to come here and give our best effort. We all were. And I wholeheartedly felt that we had a championship caliber season. Best season we've ever had. Probably could have never imagined having a season as good as we did. But I don't think we ever said, if we don't win this championship, this season sucked. You know? The format, the way it is, it's tough. It all comes down to one race. We know that. NASCAR's been around 70 years, something like that. Until the last 4 years, we would have been the champion already before tonight. So I kind of thought about that like Thursday night and was like, yeah, that's pretty awesome. I'm really, really proud of that. And I just said that I think we all felt that we were going to give it our best. That's all we could do. And we would be happy with whatever the outcome as long as we gave our best and didn't screw up or, let the pressure get to us or anything like that. And we didn't. So, there was a long time in the race tonight where we didn't think we probably could win. I didn't think we could win, but we never quit. We never threw in the towel. We just kept digging, kept looking for it and searching for it, and we found it.
We're going to go to the far right to Joseph, then to Jim, then work our way back left.
Joseph Walken, frontstretch.com. After everything you've been through on and off the track, has the feeling sunk in that after 12 years of doing this at the premier level, you're a champion?
Not really. I really don't know. I mean, this is craziness, man. I mean, I really just can't believe it. I'm so grateful for my team and thankful for the opportunity and just feel like I don't even know. I don't know what to say. This is a dream come true. I've been dreaming since I was a little kid about winning championships, watching my heroes win races on Sundays on TV. It's crazy to be here right now.
Let's go to Jim.
Jim Otter, Motorsport.com. You guys have a technical alliance with Joe Gibbs Racing. You guys share information. But do you feel like what you all have accomplished is a win for the little guy? And do you take some pride in the fact that you kind of beat some of the bigger teams of NASCAR almost at their own game?
Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt about it. We couldn't be here tonight without Gibbs and all those guys there that, are part of our program and we share information with, and they build our chassis and TRD building our engines, all that. The Toyota Alliance has been amazing for our team. It's took us, without a doubt, to the next level. We couldn't do any of this without all of that. But to be able to take all their stuff and beat them with it it's pretty damn awesome. I mean, trust me, there was years where I, as a driver, I was struggling and, you watch other guys dominate and you're like, man, I know I can do that. I know I can. Give me the damn chance. That's the coolest part of it, is just showing people that you got it, that you can do it. It's the best feeling in the world. to have the same thing as somebody else and beat them with it. So thank you to all those guys that are part of our team that feel like we're part of their team as well. We share everything. They're great teammates, great partners. We definitely couldn't be here without them, but damn, it feels good to go faster than Kyle, and just to beat him felt pretty damn awesome. A champion, one of the best drivers ever. To beat him was just awesome.
We're going to come over here to the left to Matt, then we're going to go Dustin, then to Dan.
Matt Corson with the Racing Experts. How much of a mentor have you been to your teammate Eric Jones, and how much has he been able to aid your team this season?
That's a good question. I probably haven't been much, honestly, of a mentor to him. We've had our own thing going on this year. And I feel like I've always, we're friendly for sure. We talk a lot. We're just, he's real quiet. I think he's the kind of guy that doesn't ask for a lot of help. He kind of goes about things and says, I want to learn them on my own, We have our meetings together and all that stuff. And I think that's probably the biggest thing we share is just, that part of it. No real, hey, can you help me with this? I never really had any of that. So I would say that not a whole lot, but it was there, if he wanted it. But he's done a good job, and went about it in a quiet way, which is kind of how I probably did it when I was younger. But not much of a mentor at all, for sure.
We'll go to Dustin now.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. Not everybody believes in lucky rabbit's foots and things like that. Why was it important for you to carry? Why did you carry it in the car? And did you have anything else in your uniform or on the car that was a special thing for a night like this?
I don't believe in lucky charms. I don't have superstitions. I carried it because I respect Darrell a lot. He's a good friend of mine. And the fact that it meant enough to him, this weekend meant enough to him for him to take something out of his trophy case after 27 years that he really believed would help me, I was going to put it in my damn pocket. Period. End of story. It was a damn honor to put that in my pocket because it was his.
We'll go to Dan.
All right, Dan Gelsnippy. Martin, did you get a chance at all to hear from or text with Barney after the race?
I talked to him as soon as I got done filling my lungs with purple or yellow, whatever color that paint was on the front straightaway smoke. Oh my God! I literally thought I was going to die getting out of the car. I couldn't get my radio unhooked and my helmet hose, and I'm like choking to death. So right after that, it was awful. I thought I was in a forest fire.
Also, Cole claims you as Canada's favorite driver.
Canada's favorite NASCAR driver.
Denver named you Athlete of the Year.
Unbelievable.
You're a hero in New Jersey. And
got 4 home tracks.
And the Delaware Valley.
At least 4.
The Delaware Valley is already thinking about celebrating you, honoring you this offseason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Eagles win tonight, by the way.
They're playing.
Okay.
But
it's good as long as we're winning. Eagles are my team, man. 8-1, by the way.
Yeah.
How's yours doing? Oh. Sorry, I got totally off track.
Do you still identify as a New Jersey guy? I mean,
I'm sorry.
Do you still identify as a New Jersey guy?
I'm proud of being from Jersey. The good part of it. I got all my friends and family, like all my family's still there. My brother-in-law's a Stafford Township detective now. He was a police officer for a long time. My best friend I grew up with was a police officer. I got friends in the fire department in Stafford Township. My uncle that I race modifieds with is in the fire department in Stafford Township. That's where I'm from, So yeah, that's the good part of Jersey. The Pine Barrens. Jenna.
We're going to go right here to this young lady in front of Matt.
Wall Stadium. Woo.
Isabel Gonzalez, ESPN Albuquerque. Earlier this week, I asked you to describe the season in one word, and you said amazing. Do you feel like that word's appropriate tonight, or do you think there's a better word to describe what happened?
What tops it?
That's up to you.
I don't know. It's definitely better than it was last week. Dream come true. I mean, it's just as good as it gets. The biggest, most happy word in the world. That's what it is. I don't know what is that word? Somebody got a dictionary? It's just unbelievable.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
We're going to go right here in the middle to Greg, and then we're going to go over here to the right.
You were talking about you're at the pinnacle of your career and all that. But I remember, the Michael Waltrip days.
You don't remember?
Yeah, I do. I'm sorry.
Like I remember.
Yeah, I know. Sure. Well, you kind of answered the question then. Compare and contrast to them, because I know there had to be some days when you thought that you were done in this sport. And
there was a couple days where I thought I was completely done.
And now
only a couple though.
And now you're at the pinnacle.
Yeah.
Just compare and contrast that, how it feels to be up there, to be the champion of the sport, to be you're not number 2, you're number 1. And back to those days when you're part of a team that was very controversial.
Yeah, I'm number 78. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it other than, I was surrounded by a lot of good people. That's all I can tell you. That Sunday night when I found out after Richmond that Napa was leaving, that I was losing my sponsor and that my contract would be gone, I truly didn't know if I would ever race competitively in the Cup Series again. I didn't know if I'd ever have a chance at winning. Hell, I didn't even know if I'd ever have a chance to drive in, period. So Sherry said, don't worry, you're gonna be fine. Things happen for a reason. And I was like, yeah, whatever, you're damn crazy. But that's true. That it was, truer words have never been spoken. That's how it was. And a few days later, I heard from Joe Garone from Furniture Row Racing. He said, hey, we think Kurt's leaving. We're going to blah, 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 blah. So, from those days till now, I don't know. I mean, I always thought about it the same way. I loved to race cars. I knew it was a privilege to race cars. I always gave it all I had, no matter what. And I love going to the track and working with a team to try to get somewhere. But, this year definitely felt different. I feel like before we ever started this year, we knew we had this in us because we talked about it. We were like, let's go get that championship. We can do it. We knew after last year that we had it in us because we had so many high points, so many flashes of brilliance, Obviously, the Talladega thing took us out of the playoffs, but we were like, we can do this. We got what it takes. We led enough laps. We led enough races. We won a few races. But we knew that there was a lot more there for us to get if we could do all the little things right. So, I don't know. You just take it one day at a time and you work as hard as you can and you enjoy yourself along the way.
Go over here to the right, and then we're going to go to Ryan.
Tom Bowles, front stretch. Greg took a large part of my question, but with this team, 3 years ago, you led over 2,200 laps this year, right? 3 years ago, you led 1.
Yeah.
And
4 years ago.
Yeah, that's 3 or 4 in that range.
Yeah.
So
last year we led quite a few, right? 2000.
Yeah, I got it in front of me. 1809.
1809.
1809 to be exact.
Year before was what?
567.
Yeah.
2014 it was 1.
2014 sucked.
So how did you do
had
it?
This conversation.
Yeah, how did you dig inside with the same team? Because a lot of times people get in that rut with that team, and you hear they're moving on to another team.
Well, like I said, like we talked about earlier, once and end of 2014, once we started to kind of figure it out, and once Cole and I seen eye to eye, and was like, damn, we're pretty good together. We know what we're talking about. We trust each other. I've got confidence in you. You got confidence in me. Once that kind of switch flipped, or that thing clicked between us, that was the difference. And then, he was named a crew chief for 2015. His personality completely changed. He took over the team, like I said earlier, and took over the reins, and that was the difference maker. So from there, it was just a building process. And each year we've gotten better and better, which all the numbers have gotten better each year, and it's because of the team. It's because of him leading it in the proper direction. Everybody on the team believing in him and what he's doing, and those guys just making me a better driver along the way. And I mean, the scary part is I feel like we're still getting better, so I'm pretty excited about next year. 2,500 maybe next year.
We're going to go right here in the middle to Ryan.
I hope.
Ryan McGee, ESPN. Martin, years ago, you and I did a magazine feature, and you talked about the places you came from, Wall and New Egypt and those places. You're the first Northeastern champion since 1950.
That's crazy.
What do you think that means to that part of the country?
It means that racing's not dead up there, It's crazy to think about. Excuse you. You got a cold. Yeah. It's crazy to think, when I grew up in New Jersey, people today are like, you grew up in New Jersey, why do you race cars? When I grew up, there was racetracks all over. There was Wall, New Egypt, Flemington. There was dirt tracks. In the 50s, there was racetracks in North Jersey and I forget the name of the city, somewhere where Jenna's from, New Brunswick or something like that, wooden tracks. I mean, racing in the Northeast goes back so far. The Cup Series raced in Trenton in, I don't know, the 60s maybe, in New Jersey. So it's really, really cool to be the first champion from New Jersey in the Cup Series, but just it kind of connects you back to that. There was a lot of racing history in New Jersey and in the Northeast in general, and there still is. So to come through the Busch North Series, I have a lot of friends that still call it that instead of K&N. I mean, it's like it's kind of a weird little thing there, when they go to tracks up there, and I take a ton of pride in that. It's unbelievable. It's definitely doing it a little bit different than most guys have, and it's a little bit more old school, I feel like, coming from that series, and my dad racing that series for so long, and trying to race the Busch Series here and there back in the day. It's just it's got a cool old school feel to it, and it's cool to throw it back to and recognize the history that comes from the Northeast.
Go back here to the left, and one more from Mike, and finish with Jerry.
Speaking of the good part of Jersey, Dave Weinberg from Atlantic City
Hey.
Press. How's it going?
Like
South Jersey, yes. I was curious to know what you said to your dad, or what he said to you after the race.
I just said, we got it, Dad. We got it done. We got one. When I was 19, I was racing modified. My dad worked hard. He came from nothing. He was a self-made man. Him and his brothers working together to build their business, and they raced cars for hobbies, for a living, for a hobby, for fun. They loved it. That was their passion. That's all they worked for, I think, when they were younger, besides supporting their family. And just to think, I was 19, and he was really successful, run the Busch North Series, run really good, loved it, just loved to go to the racetrack. And he says, out of the blue, just said, I'm done. This is your car. You can have this one. This is your car. We're going to go race with you. I don't know that I could ever give up racing for anybody, but the fact that he did for me is the only reason I'm here tonight. So we kind of celebrated that together, and I just said, Dad, we got one. We got it. We did it. Because without him, I wouldn't be here. Obviously, but in the racing world, like just in racing, he has made me who I am. He's the guy that made me go to work to buy tires for my go-kart when I was 11. He wouldn't buy them. He's like, you got to go to the work at the shop and sweep floors or do whatever you got to do to buy parts for your go-kart. He's the guy that made me start working out in the ocean to make enough money to go racing at Wall Stadium. I remember starting to build my modified when I was like, literally, I wasn't even 17 yet. I couldn't race till I was 18 in Jersey. And I was working on the clam boat to make money to save up to get that car ready, And that's all because of him. That's all him making me who I am and making me work hard for it and appreciate it and take care of it. So all those things tonight, I think, for me and him it was unbelievable. Very special moment.
We'll go to Mike, then finish with Jerry.
Does this make you bigger in Jersey than Springsteen?
I have no idea. I have no idea. They're both pretty big. I mean, they're worldwide, right? I don't know. I don't know if I am or not. Definitely North America.
We'll go back here to Jerry Jordan to finish up.
Jerry Jordan, KickingTheTires.net, Performance Racing Network. 3 questions. When does the celebration start? How long will it last? And what's it going to be like?
As soon as I stop talking, it starts. It's already started, but it's going to last all night. And then I have to go to New York, I suppose, tomorrow. Is that right, NASCAR people?
That's correct.
Yeah. Absolutely. I can't wait to go see my guys and just hug them all and thank them all for their sacrifice and their hard work this year. They are unbelievable. I mean, I talk about it all the time, but I can't. They're unbelievable. Our guys are just amazing. Relentless. Fighters. Badass son of a guns. Can't wait to go see them.
Martin, we're not going to hold you up from that anymore, but before you leave,
thank you guys for a great season. Y'all work hard. Thank you.
Just got a note from Richard Buck. The 78 engine has cleared inspection.
Bingo. Thank you guys for a great season, for real. I know it's a lot of hard hours and a lot of travel, and just like the teams, it means a lot for you guys to be here this late at night to tell our story. So thank you.